That bad. I feel like a lot of Shadowverse is like... There's like no close games. Am I crazy to think this, chat? Like, games just are not close. Either like, your strategy works and you just stomp your opponent hardcore, or their strategy works and then you get stomped. That's what it feels like to me now. Like, none of these games are remotely close. That's what it feels like. Would I keep both of them? Who's gonna stop me, right? The real leader went? If only, dude. Wardhaven? I'm down to play Wardhaven. I'm down. New Haven card is low-key busted. The gold or the legendary? Okay, maybe this guy's Wardhaven right now. We did play a bit of Wardhaven before. Used to think Cudgel was good. I guess we do this first. Wait, you think the gold is bad? Really? I think the gold is mad good. Abigail, low-key busted. Layla, you never shine, then you never will. Wait, what is this? Summit? What would compel somebody to play Summit in this day and age?
Welcome back to the land of the living.
Check.
First ones only exist without big swing cards. That's considered basic cards. No, that's just not true at all, dude. That's just not remotely true. Think of like any other card game. I think it's possible to have close games in, I don't know, Yu-Gi-Oh, Pokemon, Magic, Hearthstone, Digimon. Like, that's just not even remotely true, I mean. Okay, I think we still Axel the Celeste, and then I just go Armor Goblin. Probably should clear the Meowskers because the damage is real, right?
Afterlife services at reasonable rates.
Me whiskers.
Let's try this. Just spam my last one's follower and we'll go from there. Loot in your 4-player pool when you want to tutor Selena Sanctuary instead. Tell it to the guy that the root out on 6, pulling a Jalen against me in Unlimited. The gold is good.
Where will our journey take us?
You're playing Unlimited, that's your fault. That's fair. Wait, this guy's just going face. He's just going face, chat. I don't think you can have close games in Yu-Gi-Oh! Okay, I mean, I've not played Yu-Gi-Oh! In the past 10 years, but what I'm getting is like, it is possible in card games, maybe not Yu-Gi-Oh!, to have close games, right? Can we agree on that? I'm saying like the games of today, they don't feel close. Okay, we need board space. And then what would I do with said board space? I guess we can retrace the past first, just see what I get. Also, some life wouldn't hurt.
Work, cutie, work! Adorable to the end.
Would I trade this away just for the board space? Is that weird?
The bewitching hour.
I kind of want to get the lit, but then I can only play a 2-drop. And Chris is only at 3. Like, okay, do you remember that game where on turn 6 we had like 50-50 worth of stats on the board? Like, do you remember that game? And now look at this game. Do you see the difference in power level of what we're doing? It's like such a massive, and I mean massive difference.
So that's how you use it. Double check.
Like, how am I on one game allowed to have 50-50 stats on turn 6? And on the other game be at, you know, 4 last words destroyed, playing like a 2-2. Yu-Gi-Oh! is the game without the case, or now you're point from playing? Yeah, I mean, I'm not saying Yu-Gi-Oh! is a good game. I'm definitely not trying to say that. You see what I'm talking about? Meanwhile, he goes double, Noah, Selena for 4.
Now,
Happens games are around for a longer time and the decks are more refined. It's called a high roll. The only game I played that has games that hinge on single place is Lanes of Runeterra. Hey, well, I think we lose this one. Don't think there's much we could have done. Try and clear as much as I can, right? Maybe I just play the Chris as the just play it as the 4-drop without focusing so much on the 10, because we're not getting to 10 anytime soon. We're also not doing 20 damage anytime soon either.
This is as far as I can go.
You guys get some good top decks.
Here's the shady part.
Just believe in top decks. This is still not a terrible board. The game you had the newly buffed Devourer. Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying, right? Like one thing I got from the SBO is that the difference of like the decks where they pop off or they don't is like so huge, like massive.
Every shot is a miracle.
And the feeling that I get today is like the games are not remotely close. Like in any competitive game, you want to have that balance of like there's a nice back and forth with your opponent, and there's room for you to outplay your opponent, and then room for you to get outplayed, right? And then win or lose, those games feel way more rewarding. It'd be nice if there was more skill in Shadowverse. I mean, I'm not even saying there's not skill in Shadowverse, but like we got completely steamrolled that game. Like just completely steamrolled. Even though I had a board at the end, like it didn't feel like I had even this like not the slightest chance for victory in that game. Like not anything. That's part of the risk from inconsistent decks. Well, see, that's the thing, Lena, is like that's fine if like these are all the consistent decks, and then you have your inconsistent deck. Like, that's fine. But did you watch the SBO? Like, did you watch the show? Because all the decks had the same issue. And these are the tier 1 decks that everyone is playing. So it's not like there is one inconsistent deck and other consistent decks. This is just the way the game is at this point. I also feel like there's an extreme amount of removal and refill in the game. At that point, it's either that you do have the removal or you don't. Okay, Swordcraft 16,000 points. I want to see what sword players are doing. If he's doing Menagerie Sword or some shit, let me see what they're running.
You must die.
Yeah, like, because the decks revolve around certain cards, and it's like, if you don't draw those cards, then your deck is super weak, and if you do, then your deck is, like, disgustingly strong, right? Like, do you remember the final game? Where Pain against Yo, like, and one guy has, you know, triple Meister going second. Like, do you think Pain got outplayed that game? He just, like, there was literally nothing he could do. Like, from the game started, it's like, okay, like, you can't do anything. If you don't draw set cards, you just cry. Okay, I wasn't playing Radical Gunslinger. I did forget about that. This is technically Rally Synergy, right? Then again, I wasn't playing any of the amulets, so... Okay, well, I have Member of the Water this time around. So let's try and abuse our busted card to victory. Need to finish my assignment and sleep. Hey, we'll see you later, Biscuit. Have a good night, dude. And Eyebrow as well. Later, man. Okay, so now we utilize this to clear the Geld. Do I want to do that, though? You just ignore the Geld for a turn. Well, then again, I might as well do it, right?
I want to get it all back.
There's like no reason why I wouldn't do this. Is the better. Like, why would I load the play point?
But make it fashion.
When I can clear it, get the bike, get another 3-1 rush, and then still set up this to left. We'll go Gatekeeper on 4, Rebirth again, and then Nightmare on 5 will be insane because I'll have like 20 shadows by then. Yo, 17. How are you doing, 17? Dragons will add the companion mechanic. I don't know what that is. Is that from another game? Okay, so play Gatekeeper. I'm gonna trade and then
Back to the land of the
do
living.
this for the effect.
Wait, not yet. The bewitching hour is upon us.
Step
17.
back. New arrival incoming.
Okay, do I want to Wicked River?
Wouldn't.
It's at 3. If I wait a little bit, I can get card draw. At this point, it might be better to wait, right? I do get extra shadows out of it. I feel like we're fine. I'll just wait. Are there new cards? They're new. The thing about the mini expansion is that, like,
The silver of my sword
it's a mini expansion, you know?
shines
Like,
on the
it is cool. Like, I love new cards. I love the feeling of new cards.
done
But,
for.
like, there's not enough of them for you to, like, go absolutely wild. So it's just like,
the vanguard.
it
Carry
is
on.
what it is, you know?
Everyone needs
It's
an
a magic mechanic where you can directly put certain creatures into your hand as long as you met certain deck building requirements, and it was instantly busted. Okay, do I want a Nightmare Devourer? Maybe I don't. At least not yet. I could still wait. I think I wait. This is my card
Welcome
draw.
back
Let's
to
just
the
wait a
land of
minute.
the
Did
living.
I want gold again?
Oh wait, I need board space.
Work, cutie, work!
I suppose I've lost.
Okay, we'll
some
clear
of
the
my
board, get a bunch of Lazarus
Like a
followers,
company.
and next turn we can do Reaver and Devourer.
Afterlife
It
services
should be
at
much,
reasonable
much
rates.
better, right?
You
All the
wouldn't.
while still keeping up good pressure.
Suppose, but make it fashion.
Like, okay, you see what I'm saying, chat? Doesn't it feel like I'm just steamrolling my opponent?
The dawn shines like a beacon of hope.
I'm just
It
not
won't
used
be
to the
long
way
now.
Sky spells out my name.
Dawn always prevails.
Yo,
over
Kirby.
darkness, but dawn is upon
Like,
dawn
start
is
of game,
upon
you go to your
us.
hand, and your deck is built a certain way. What were the
Dawn
requirements?
is upon us.
Like, what kind of requirements would they be, I guess? Jay in the chat. Commander is based on how you build your
Just
deck.
wanna feel the
Like, imagine playing
emptiness.
Bolter, but always having Bolter in your hand. Windog gonna bite.
Foul forces of darkness.
board
Bow
space.
before my tempest.
At this point, I just want board space. This is at 10 already. Oh shit. Okay, so this is happening.
Time to retreat.
Haven
I
storm.
guess this is happening.
We will greet the new dawn.
Work, cutie, work!
Time to
Wait,
retreat.
I guess I'm still holding on to this. Maybe I should have done it. I think we just do a phase. This is like not even as good as it could have been. And I dare say it's still pretty absurd. But look at all the pressure this guy has to deal
I
with.
suppose I've lost some of
We'll
my
smash you to powder.
Okay, go face for 5.
Wouldn't.
Respect the vengeance. You're playing against Sword. Obviously, you're gonna steamroll. Something like your deck had to have 20
I
cards in
should
it.
have foreseen this.
Hey, that guy got destroyed, dude. He got absolutely destroyed. It didn't look like he got to do anything.
Never trust a
Also, how does that work? Would your opponent or a judge have to check your deck before it starts? Like, those are the kind of effects that work well in digital games. But in a physical card game like Magic, I don't see how that is like... I don't see how that would work properly. An example would be like all even or all odds. Highlander, every card being above a certain cost. Only certain types of creatures. That seems like a cool idea. But, I don't know, maybe it doesn't actually work out. You could also take the Yu-Gi-Oh route where decks have so much search. You have access to your whole deck at any point. Yeah, but then that's a problem too, right? If it's too consistent, that's an issue. Like if your deck can do the same exact place every single game, then that's not necessarily fun either, right? Because then at that point you just follow the correct lines of play instead of playing with what you have, you know? Like one thing I like about like Digimon is that the way the Digimon search cards works, it's like, for example, instead of being like add a level 4 to your hand, it will be like reveal the top 3 cards of your deck or top 5 cards of your deck, and then you can add one of them to your hand. Like I like that better than just being able to instantly search whatever you need at all times. Let's try this. Can you gear your graveyard your second hand? Yeah. There's not much point into putting cards into your deck that net you a game loss when you play them, because you have to declare your companion at the start of the match. I see. I'm sure that people... Well, yeah, I see what you're saying.
I'll get production up and
We
running.
have Arya every time on curve, GG, so reason why there's no tutor. Right, but then don't you think there's a problem if the game is decided whether you have Arya or not? Don't you think that's kind of stupid? Like if your deck doesn't function without Arya, and it's insane with Arya, don't you think that's kind of dumb? Like you're really just relying on like, hey, will I draw this card by turn 4? If I do, cool, I have a tier 1 deck. If not, GG, I lost. Like, that's kind of dumb, right? Makes the game super lame if you always have your key card. Yeah.
I'm so
The
useless.
solution I've been reading about for years is that decks to have multiple ways to win. Yeah, that would be the best way to do it. Like, your deck doesn't rely on one card, but instead you have multiple cards that are good, and you hope to draw any one of them to be in there, right? Like, that seems fair enough.
I want to get it all back.
There are many paths to victory. Did you realize some searches for the cards? Yeah.
I just want to fill the emptiness.
Okay, we'll draw another Ceres. The artifacts chat. Oh, maybe we should play Evil Portal. That sounds like fun. I think we have to double 2-drop basically. So the bike is kind of wasted. But whatever, it's good stats, right? I guess if I play another Dreamer, we can get the bike back if I need it for something else.
Did I want gold again?
If you don't get Arya, spam a follow as much as possible. Sekka got you. Yeah, I mean, you can not draw Arya and then maybe win the game with Sekka. Maybe. But nobody would argue that your deck is significantly worse without Arya. And without the Arya leader effect, it's so much harder to get those follows destroyed and everything. Will he use artifacts to get free evil from Romia? You don't need to 17. You can never ever use that effect. And Romia's still a fantastic card.
Adorable to the end. You will be
Graduated school, got accepted into university. Yo, let's go, Seraph.
I just want to fill the emptiness.
Okay, are we going to... I mean, Nightmare is good. Summon 3 copies of it. Maybe that's the play. I Nightmare, I Evo. He can't answer that, and that's how I win the game. I don't see any other way that we win this long term. This is the best board I can get right now. And maybe it's good enough that it wins the game. And if it's not, well, I guess we tried, chat. I guess we tried.
such a good guinea pig.
Fairy, Slugger, and Sunbright Elf is so strong. They're strong with Arya, yeah. Studying computer science. So God of Our got a buff. Yeah, I mean, it's pretty insane. It's a pretty good card, that's for sure. It's way better than it was before. The Evil Elephant is cute. Yeah, you have like the dream, and then on Evo it's like the nightmare version, I guess. Decided to not go into arts. I mean, you can always do arts for funsies, right? You don't have to make it your job. Paradigm shift for the drain. Okay, one of them survived. What else are we doing? Chris is at 7. I think this is double 3-drop. But do I Evo the Gatekeeper instead of Ceres? I don't feel like we get the best use out of Darkest Desire. I'd rather just keep going white, I think.
Welcome back to the land of the living.
Yeah, let's just remake the board once again.
Carouse in the cacophony.
I have a question if the deck should be more consistent. Then I remember every game Nom on curve. There's also a difference of like when you need to draw a card by a certain turn. Like for example, if you need Arya on 4, it's a lot harder than like if you need Jerry on 6 or both on 7. Because you have more time to draw them. It's not as hit or miss, you know? Sunbright Elf is a good card. I'm not saying Sunbright Elf is a bad card. But you're missing the point, I think. Best of luck. Hope it works out. I'm slaving away in computer science grad school right now. Let's go, Kirby.
Everyone needs an afterlife plan.
Okay, we have some board left over.
Foul forces of darkness. Bow
Another.
before
Okay,
my
Chris is
tempest.
now at 9. So if I trade this, Chris is at 10, and it's party time, right? I don't know how to properly use Wicked Rebirth because, like, I want the board space for the Chris. But I feel like if we do this, and I just Chris, isn't that good enough? Would it be better to play, say, Ceres instead of getting the Chris Ghost? I feel like technically this is better, right? Is this better than a 5/5? No, maybe it's not. We just Chris, go face. We have a good board. We're gonna get the buff.
Wind, grant them courage.
Seems good, and then we hope this is good enough, right? It was 40% or so to have Arcus by turn 7 back in the day. Yeah. Like, the earlier you need to draw a card for your deck to function, the worse that it's gonna feel. I feel like the OG Pain Gaming was close to the ideal deck formula. The entire deck contributes to enabling your game plan. You could win early with Floros, high roll, storm them down with Omen of Lust and damage out of hand with Darkface Bat. Yeah, like that's what we're saying, right? It's like, if your deck has multiple ways to win, multiple ways to achieve like strong plays, I think that's ideal, yeah. I did like Pain Gaming. That deck was fun.
All systems. We're going
17
into
to say,
overdrive.
Darky's Bat, Sympathizer.
Blast
I
boosters
mean, that's
ready.
one way to
We're
put it.
going full throttle.
The moon is beautiful tonight.
Okay, Soul
We're on
Strike
red
is
alert.
good.
Repeat, we're on red alert.
Still have a board.
Foul forces of darkness.
board
Bow
locked with
before
the
my
windows.
tempest.
Good kitty.
Okay, like, this guy got smoked, right? Absolutely smoked, you could say. Well, GG, nerd.